Hello everybody, it's Rick. You can reach me, Rick0327 at me.com, me.com. It's Saturday morning, February, got the newspaper here, 25th. And I'm going to do a little follow-up on what I did, the video last night about James. You know, I just threw that video together like I do most videos. I don't have a script. I don't write things down. You know, I'll start on saying one thing and I'll just jump into something else because I remember I have to say something. And what I left out yesterday was that when James brought the paperwork, the people took the paperwork and disappeared for 10 or 15 minutes in the back, and they were supposedly huddled around it. They didn't know what to do. They'd never seen anything like it before. He was told by some guy that he knows that works security there. They were baffled. They never, but they accepted it, and obviously they filed it. So he's going to get a chance to be in front of a judge the way I did, and he knows his stuff. It's going to be hard for a judge to just speak over him. See, when you're in front of these child support phonies, like here in New York, we have these support magistrates where it's a blatant kangaroo court. Blatant. They just ignore you. All you got to do is look at my videos, me interacting with that support magistrate. I have one where I had the audio where, I said, is this I'm pointing at this bullshit support order. And it dawned on me at that time, by the way. I don't know where it came from. And I'm like, is this your name on it? She's like, yeah. I go, this is a forgery. And she was like, And I told the court officers I want her arrested. Of course, they didn't do it. But the point is that I called her out on that 4 years ago that it was a forgery. And I still stand by it. I plan on making a video either today or tomorrow where I'm going to be speaking directly to law enforcement, the attorney, the district attorney, attorney general, and your employer, and I'm going to prove to them that these income withholding orders are void. They're frauds. And I could say this. You want to know why? Because I'll say it again. I was a cop. If somebody was to call me and I responded to a call, and somebody like myself or one of you guys, because now you know this, and say, hey officer, they're taking my money to the banks. One subscriber yesterday got on the phone with the bank and he pushed them, because these banks, it's like your employer. The banks, they get the letter, they're all conditioned. Because everybody's paying so much child support now, it's so common that you get it, just take the money from whoever they claim owes the money, and that's it. We don't want to be bothered anymore, because they throw a word, you may be fined or whatever, and that's it. They don't want. What it is that these lawyers train them to you know what, you don't need the aggravation, just send the money. Meanwhile, you're getting screwed. So they don't want to stand up for your rights. So the thing is, officer, do you see a judicial signature anywhere in here? No. These things that go to the bank, and they're called notices, by the way. They're called restraining notices. Restraining notice. Not a restraining order, not a warrant, nothing. Restraining notice. They're notifying them to restrain it. They're not telling them to do it. So they play games with these words. And the bank, of course, they have these knucklehead kids probably out of college or whatever working in the legal section. And they just do what they're told. And this guy yesterday, my one subscriber, said, listen, where are you located? I want to call, because I'm going to call the police on you. He pushed them, and they're going to get back to him. Because if they're freezing your bank account with the same nonsense that they're doing to steal the money from your your paycheck, that's a crime. Okay? That's your money in the bank. You made a contract with that bank. Okay? You made a contract that you're going to deposit the money in the bank, and the bank's like, okay, oh, your money is insured, FDIC insured, and you can have that. We're going to give you an ATM card. That means, come on, idiot. Fucking dummy next to me. Almost hit me. And we're going to give you an ATM card. That means you can access your money whenever you want. Except they never notified you that, oh, if we get some bullshit piece of paper in the mail telling us to restrain your money, we gotta restrain your money. So they're breaking the contract. And then when they don't allow you to access your money, they're actually depriving you of your property, and it becomes a crime. All right? And the same thing with your employer. So what I plan on doing is I'm going to make that case. And then I'm going to present my credentials. I always told you guys I was a cop and everything, but I never explained to you what kind of cop I was. I'm a highly trained police officer. I have a lot of training. Okay? I got like a lot of certificates in my fold, in my my file, if you want to call it. So technically on paper, I'm a bad MFer, okay? I'm a SWAT trained police officer, trained in defensive tactics. I used to teach it. I'm trained to teach a class. And then you throw in my experience working in Manhattan in the mid-90s at 42nd Street when it wasn't like it is now, like Disneyland, okay? You know, in 1996, I made about 40 felony arrests. That's a lot, believe it or not. And that meant I went to court, not to mention I was going to court assisting other police officers, my friends, in arrests. All right, I went to court a lot, so I learned a lot. That means in a court of law, there's no lawyer anywhere that could challenge my integrity from what I've done. You know, I was a law enforcer, so nobody can challenge me. My opinion in a court in front of a jury, no one can challenge that, ever, because there's not many police officers as trained as I am. On my resume, I got a very good resume, and then on my resume is like I got fucked by child support. Okay, so not only do I have that on my resume, I have the resume that I'm a victim, which makes me, I'm a witness. Okay, I am a witness. I could give firsthand testimony to what they do. I'm not just some random guy on YouTube trying to make money off of helping people get off child support. I'm a victim like you guys. I started making the videos when I still was a victim, and documenting what I was doing, what I was, submitting, to basically chronicling, excuse me, my journey, documenting, let's stick with that word, all right? I was documenting my journey. And then I finally got through, like James is going to get through on March 1st. Okay, so I just want everybody to know that if you just, follow the paperwork, just hang in there, submit the paperwork, knowing that it's not going to happen overnight, that it is a process, and you're building a case, and eventually you're going to break through. All right, I'm going to be making some new documents, new affidavits in the future. All right, I'm always working. I'm always, working on what we can do to get through. I added interrogatories to the bank. So if your bank froze your money, you submit these interrogatories to the bank, asking them for where's the court order, all these things that interrogatories do. Okay, I also put in there an affidavit of service. Anytime you file papers, you got to notify the other party by an affidavit of service. I put that in there. Okay, I got a bunch of things in there now to help you, to give you the tools to be a beast. Okay, that's a term I came with yesterday, and he's a beast. James is a beast. A bunch of guys are a beast. And I want all of you to become a beast, to beat these people. All right, it can be done. And you are a victim of a crime. Okay? I'm telling you, you're a victim of a crime. I can tell you that because of my background, because of my resume as a law enforcement officer, and a victim myself. All right, so enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and look forward to my next video. Oh, another thing, I stick to the facts. I tried all of these things, okay, in my journey to get to where I am. I've tried that straw man stuff. I tried UCC, all of these things, okay, and I even was name calling. You know what I do now? I stick to the facts. No more name calling. Just stick to the facts. Stick to what they're supposed to do. I go by what their rules and procedures say that they're supposed to do on their websites and stuff. Okay, I had some guy today on my in the comments section, with the fucking lose their name bullshit. Okay, listen, you're not gonna fight a global conspiracy in a family court or a circuit court, okay? I'm well aware of the global conspiracy of the straw man, okay? The uppercase letters. I get it. I know all about it. Been there, done that. And you know what they do with that? They label you a sovereign or a constitutionalist. One of my subscribers the other day went to the clerk's office submitting the paperwork. They were giving him a hard time. You know what the lady said to him? Asked him, "Are you one of those sovereigns?" Why? You want to know why she asked that? Because they're trained to look for it. So if you go there and you start talking about the Constitution and all this other stuff, they start name calling. And what it is a diversion. It's to take away from the fact that you do have constitution rights. So what they do is they immediately challenge your integrity by calling you a sovereign, a constitutionalist, which is nonsense. Everybody in that court, cops use it too. Oh, what are you, one of those constitutionalists, a sovereign? Yeah, you are too. You're a constitution. You're supposed to be enforcing the Constitution. That's why I put my paperwork. I'm not a sovereign, and I'm not a constitutionalist. I'm a man with rights, inalienable rights. That's what I do. So stay away from that stuff, okay? I've been there, done that. It doesn't work. What works is the facts and the Constitution and state law and their rules and procedures. That's what works. Okay, and if somebody asks you, "Are you a sovereign?" you say, "No, I'm just a man. I'm just a woman." And that's it. Because the Anti-Defamation League came out with like a handbook, a manual, where they call us the lawless ones, which cracks me up. Because what we're saying is, and by the way, the Supreme Court said it as well, if there's a law that violates your constitutional right, that law is unconstitutional, and it does not apply to you. Okay, under the Supremacy Clause, Article 6 of the Constitution, any law that's not made in pursuance of the Constitution is unconstitutional. They pass unconstitutional laws all the time. So the law doesn't apply to you. That's what we're doing right now. We're rebutting these laws. Okay? So it's easy for the Anti-Defamation League because all their lawyers, they represent the lawyers basically. I mean, they represent other factions, but they're lawyers. They don't want everybody to know that the Constitution, all these lawyers would be out of work if everybody started enforcing the Constitution. All right, I'm running out of time. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys.